Welcome to Grablo. In this tutorial, we'll build a smartphone-controlled FPV car using a camera and joystick widget. You'll be able to see the live camera feed on your phone and control the car in real time. Let's get started. Create a new project and add a dashboard. First, let's add a camera widget to display the live video feed. Click Select and create a new camera. For all settings, we'll use the default values. Select the camera we just created to add the camera widget. Next, let's add a joystick widget. Create variables for x-axis and y-axis, then assign them to the joystick. We'll keep the min and max values at -100 and 100. Since we'll be controlling the FPV car from a smartphone, let's adjust the mobile dashboard layout. Don't worry too much about getting it perfect. You can always fine-tune the layout later on your phone. And that's it for the dashboard. Pretty simple, right? Now let's add the logic. First, we need to start the camera and output the web streaming video. Since the camera only needs to start once when the project begins, add a once type condition. Then add an AI camera action. Click Select and choose the camera we created earlier. Set the command to start and leave AI analysis empty since we won't be using it. Now let's add the control to rotate the car's wheels when the user moves the joystick. For this tutorial, we're using an inexpensive car chassis designed for Arduino. It has no steering servo, so we'll need to turn by creating speed differences between the left and right wheels. Since we need to respond to joystick movements in real time, add an always type condition. Let's start with the left wheel speed control. Add an I/O device control action and click Select. Create a new device. Since we're using a Raspberry Pi as our controller, search for and select the Raspberry Pi DC motor library. Choose your motor driver type and enter the GPIO pin numbers where the driver is connected. Select the device we just added and set the command to run. DC motors can rotate forward or backward depending on how the wires are connected. Test the actual rotation and set rotation direction to true or false so the wheel rotates forward. Now launch the block editor to enter the rotation speed. The formula to control the left wheel's speed based on joystick movement is quite simple. Just add the Y value to the X value multiplied by a certain ratio. This ratio should be less than 1 to prevent overly sensitive turning. A value of 0.4 works well, but feel free to adjust it to your preference. Now let's set up the right wheel speed. Duplicate the left wheel action and edit it. Click Select and duplicate the existing device to create the right motor. Similarly, enter the GPIO pin numbers for the motor driver and select the device. Set the rotation direction so the wheel moves forward. Click Edit Block for rotation speed to launch the block editor. Simply change the operator from plus to minus. And our logic is complete. Really simple, right? Now let's connect the hardware. Follow the connection table shown on screen, connecting each component horizontally. One important point: you need to use separate power supplies. Power the Raspberry Pi with a smartphone power bank and power the L298N motor driver with two 18,650 batteries connected in series. Remember to connect the GND lines together between the two power sources. You can use either a USB camera or a Raspberry Pi camera module. Both work perfectly. Now let's connect the Raspberry Pi to Wi-Fi. If you have a monitor, keyboard, and mouse connected to the Raspberry Pi, simply click the icon in the top right corner to connect easily. If not, you can configure Wi-Fi from your PC using an SSH client like PuTTY. Enter the Raspberry Pi's hostname and connect, then log in. Type the command sudo raspi config. Select System Options, then Wireless LAN, and enter your Wi-Fi name and password. Alright, everything's ready. Let's run the project. Open the Grablo app in your smartphone browser and select your project. Click the Connect button and enter your Raspberry Pi's IP address. Then, click the Run button to launch the project. The camera feed appears in real time, and you can control the FPV car using the joystick at the bottom. Forward, backward, spinning in place. You have full control. How about that? Pretty amazing, right? So what about outdoors where there's no Wi-Fi? Simple. Just use your smartphone's hotspot. Turn on your hotspot and connect the Raspberry Pi to it using the method we explained earlier. Then go to your smartphone's hotspot settings and find the Raspberry Pi's IP address in the connected devices list. Use that IP address to connect, and you can control your FPV car anywhere outdoors. Easy, right? Congratulations! You've successfully built your Grablo project. Ready to explore more? Check the links for tutorials and support. Thanks for watching and enjoy creating with Grablo.